in, I got out. Giving all glory to God, hold up. This ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investor to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, Wallstreet Trappin, man. Welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesdays, man. Let's go. I should have said welcome to another amazing episode of Trappin Tuesdays. Let's get back with that. All right, man, so we got an amazing show tonight. And I want to, first and foremost, say two things. One, happy birthday to Ash, man. My dog lady, it's her birthday. We definitely want to tell her happy birthday. We love you, Ash. We appreciate you, Ash. We got so much love for you. Thank you. Next, I want to say our queen, Tori Smith, y'all. Her mother gained her wings the other day, and we just want to truly send a huge, what's the word I'm trying to say? We want to send prayers, condolences, and I actually told the queen, please let me know the information so that I can send her mom some flowers. So we can send the family. So let's put the family of the queen. And if you've been rocking with us for a while, you know for a fact that Tori is in the chat cutting up. She hasn't been for a while because she has truly been sitting by her mother's side for the last few weeks, y'all. And that's family to us, man. So we want to just send some prayers, man. I would never know what that feel like, and not now. And I just want to say, Queen, take your time. Come back whenever you're ready. Your presence is still felt. We with you in spirit. You are truly in our prayers. We putting flowers in the chat, from Trappers Anonymous to the Patreon, to the Wallstreet Looks Like Us Now Network, and everybody in Trappin Tuesdays. Queen, our hearts go out to you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we're waiting on your return. All right, y'all. So, let's get into tonight, man. Tonight, I want to say that the biggest theft that ever happened into our society, in the world, is not a bank robbery. It's not scamming someone for their credit. The biggest theft in the world is letting someone steal your power. I want us to take a minute and just think about a couple things. And I like to go to biblical references because that's where I get the most strength from. We think about Peter for a second. Peter had the strength to walk on water. And yes, he did sink, but him sinking did not cancel his calling. Samson, a mighty, mighty man, got his hair cut. He was betrayed. But the Bible says, and his hair grew back. So I want to start tonight's episode with taking the cut and maybe even sinking does not cancel your calling. It does not give you an excuse to opt out from greatness. Because here's what I want you to understand. Most of us are first-generation millionaires. So what that means is we are walking on water. What that means is we are doing the thing that takes faith, it takes vision, it takes power. But a prerequisite to that is failure. A prerequisite to that is mistakes. A prerequisite to that is sometimes trusting the wrong people. A prerequisite to that is sometimes doubting yourself. But none of that cancels your calling. And so tonight, if you are the person who has navigated one of those, or maybe even all of those, I'm here to tell you, reclaim your power. Tonight, not tomorrow. Tonight. Yes, you will take losses in the market. Yes, entrepreneurship will stretch you. Yes, you're gonna have to make the toughest decisions, and you're gonna feel like nobody can relate to you, but it does not cancel your calling. So tonight, you're gonna reclaim your power. I want us to take a second, y'all. And I want you to ask yourself, do you truly think that God got you here just to leave you here? Okay, let me go even further with that, Jose. Watch this. God told Noah to build an ark when Noah did not know mathematics. He did not know mathematics. He had never built the ark before. As a matter of fact, if we really think about it, rain had not even happened before. So he was doing something, he was building something that never existed before for a thing, for an event that had never happened before. Now, I just know that some of y'all that's listening to this, you're the one that's building the financial ark that no one in your family has never seen before. They ain't never seen $1 million before, so they don't know what financial rain look like. They don't never seen $2 million before. They ain't ever invested in the stock market before. So how you want them to understand it? And matter of fact, because it's your first time going through this season, of course it's gonna rain on you. Of course the boat might have some holes in it, but you got some hammers and you got some nails. And what I do know is in building it, you get to reclaim your power. You get to reclaim it. So if you're looking at this in the chat, I need you to say, I'm Noah. Because you have been placed in a situation to bear the responsibility to build the ark. And the mathematics that it takes to build it, you actually don't know it. But here's the dope part about it, y'all. God ain't never told you be a mathematician. He told you build it and follow my instructions. And so what happens is when we follow instructions, we don't gotta know everything. I want you to understand something. When you follow instructions, you don't gotta know everything. All you gotta know is I'm following instructions. And so when you follow the instructions, you reclaim your power. Yeah. You reclaim the power that way. Because here's the dope part about it. After Peter sank, after he had the guts, nobody talks about that part. He was the only one that was bold enough to say, if that's you, Lord, bid me. But here's the thing. We got to make this make sense. Jose, it was a rainy night. It was storming. They was in a boat and it was probably rocking. Water splashing on the side of it. Wind blowing. But yet he still had the audacity. He still had the unmitigated gall. He still had the courage. He was still courageous enough to say, if that's you, Lord, bid me. You know why? Because he need to know everything. He disregarded the adversity and he followed the instructions. The instructions is what give you power. So today, I want you to follow the instructions so that you reclaim your power. Now here's the amazing part about following instructions. I can guarantee you Noah hit his hand a couple times while he was nailing that thing together. I can guarantee you Noah done hit, because if you done hammered before, right? So following instructions don't mean you won't make a mistake. It means that you gotta have the gall to keep going. Some of y'all got the instructions, but every time you get a little setback, you don't want to go no more. You use the mistake as a crutch not to follow through. Now you ain't being obedient. And that's how you lose power. When obedience is better than sacrifice, so when you're not obedient, you actually weaken yourself. When you're not obedient, you actually take away your strength. When you're not obedient, the world didn't take your power, you gave it away. When you're not obedient, that means you ain't walking in purpose. And so when you're not walking in purpose, you can't be fulfilled. So I'm telling you, when you ain't following instructions, you taking your own power away. So your disobedience is your own kryptonite. So tonight, we're going to follow instructions so we reclaim our power. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Because I want you to understand this, family. I truly want you to understand this, family. Peter actually got out the water bold. Because watch this. This is how we know it was in him. He got out the water, and when Christ told him, hey, you gonna deny me 3 times. Peter said, kidding me? I'ma die for you. I'ma ride with you. Because watch this, y'all. Him sinking made him stronger. Him sinking, because he knew one thing. If you give me the instruction, even though I may sink, I'm going to get right back up and you're going to be right by my side. So that make me more powerful. So sinking actually makes you stronger. What if somebody told you sinking actually made you stronger? Watch this though. Jesus said, Peter, I feel you. But the enemy gonna sift you like wheat. Watch this. He asked me for permission. That tells us that God don't let nothing happen to us without it going through him first. So that means, in hindsight, it was predestined for Peter to deny Christ 3 times. Because the next thing he told him after that, hey, go get my sheep. He said, Peter, you gonna get your brothers. After you fail, you gonna be the one. You know why? Because the failure is the lessons that you learn from. The sinking made you stronger. Denying me, I ain't even mad at you for denying me because I know you're going to deny me. Our biggest problem is, watch this, you put too high expectations into people when you shouldn't. So Christ said, nah, Peter, I get it. Right now, that's your heart talking, but your spirit gonna fail me, and it's okay. I got you. I'm gonna redeem you. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you instructions to go get your brethren because now you can teach them from a place that they ain't never been. You can teach them from a place that they ain't never been before. You know how you sunk before, and then you cut somebody ear off, and then you was willing to ride for me, but then you denied me. I still ain't never cut you off. I'm gonna help you reclaim your power, family. Now go get your brother and bring them where they gotta go at. And matter of fact, after that, Peter gave one of the most powerful messages ever. After the failure, after the sinking, after the cutting the man ear off, after the being asleep, when God said, hey, you need to be praying right now because you got to fight temptation. You need to be praying. Get up. While you sleep, your biggest problem is you got instructions and you sleep. I'm telling you what's ahead, but you rather sleep. I'm telling you where we got to go, but you rather sleep. Every time you're not obedient, you take away your own power. So tonight, you reclaim that power. You be that Noah. You stand tall. You make the mistake. You take it on the chin. You take it to the chest because you the one got to walk on water. Ain't nobody else in the family got that assignment. You got the assignment. Follow through. You got the instructions. You don't got to be a mathematician. You ain't got to be the best charter in the world. You ain't got to be the best person to break down stocks in the world. You got to just be better than you every day. Follow the instructions and reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power to live. Reclaim your power to love. Reclaim your power to turn your last name to an asset. Reclaim your power to be the best trader in your family. Reclaim your power to be the first one to get real estate in your family. Reclaim that power to be the first one to start a custodial account in that family. Reclaim that power to be the first one to have an 800 credit score in your family. Reclaim your power to be the first one to get married in your family. Reclaim that power to be the first one to have a full-fledged family in your family. Reclaim that power to be the first one not to be an alcoholic in your family. Reclaim that power to be the first one not to be a weed smoker in your family. Reclaim that power to be the first one to live to 80 or 90 years old in your family. Reclaim that power. Be the first one to believe in God in your family. Reclaim that power. Reclaim that power. Reclaim that power. Reclaim that power, y'all. Reclaim that power. So many people counting on you. Don't let the devil trick you out your spot. So many people depending on you. Don't let the devil trick you out your spot. You got to understand that before the devil can touch you, he got to ask God for permission. So that means God got more faith in you than you got in yourself. God got something written for you that you don't even know about. He just needs you to stand tall. He just needs you to follow the instructions so you can create the power. Reclaim your power. Take that place that you rightfully own. Your birthright. Reclaim that power, family. I don't care how many losses you took. Reclaim that power. Because here's what we know. After Samson lost his hair, he got stronger. He did one of the greatest things ever. He destroyed a whole group of people. God knew that was going to happen. God knew this was going to happen. So he wanted the real strength to be in trust in him. Not in trusting your muscles. Because the spirit is always stronger than the flesh. But when we depend on the flesh more than we depend on the spirit, we are actually in our weakest state. So tonight, y'all, tonight, I want everybody in the chat to commit to reclaiming your power. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, episode 154. Let's go, Jose. Let's go, Jose. Let's go, Jose. Oh, man.
They already passing the collection plate in the chat.
Are they? I had a good weekend, bro. I had a really good weekend, bro. I think between Woman Evolve, I think between supporting my lady, I just had a great weekend, bro. And I feel good about that. I feel good about that, dog. I feel amazing, but I'm not gonna lie. I got a couple of things bothering me. And I think I got a couple of things bothering me. And tonight I want to do it in a respectful way before we get into the show. I would be lying if I said that people haven't sent me what's being said. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And I do my best to just be in my own lane, doing my own thing, you hear me? But I won't say this. So I'm gonna talk to two people, and I won't leave this to the imagination.
Right, right.
I will speak to exactly who I'm speaking to. Rashad Bilal of Earn Your Leisure and Aristotle Investments. So here's what I want to say about this. As black men, bro, I ain't gonna lie. One of the most powerful things that I saw happen with Malcolm and Martin was, even though they saw the world different, they saw how to empower people different, as long as they weren't on the same accord, it actually helped the system. Mm-hmm. The minute that they got on the same accord was the minute they became the most dangerous force in the world.
Yep.
It's because you had two people who had power. You had two people who had the culture in the palm of their hands. That's powerful. I truly believe that financial literacy is truly about helping people. I truly believe that financial literacy should be about empowering people. So I'll get into this, and I won't stay here long. I think that Aristotle, I've always given that young boy credit. Let me even rephrase that. I've always given that young king credit. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I've always said, hey, bruh, if you want to learn about day trading, it's Aristotle, it's Terry, it's Tay Sweat. I've always said that. You know why? Because it takes nothing away from me to highlight the people who are at the forefront of what they're doing. When he purchased his building, me and my sister, Terica, female real estate guru, we had already been looking for a building months before. I called her in because I had never purchased a building before, and I knew I needed one. Second of all, that was the second year in a row that I had paid 1.5 and 1.7 million in taxes, and I knew that a building would help me. So when we looked at the Legacy Center, I called Jay Morrison personally. Me and Jay talked. I said, say, bro, I really want to buy the building, dog. About a week and a half later, he said, hey, somebody bought the building all cash. found out who it was, but my sister Terica said the building is not worth 3.6 million. I say, I know what this is. This is a sentimental purchase. He's from Atlanta. I said, if the building was in New Orleans, I would probably do the same thing. I called that king. I said, say, bruh, congratulations. Congratulations. This ain't hate, bro. Congratulations. And I'll go a bit further. Months before that, he came to the old building, saw what we was doing, and said, bro, I'm about to get a loft and do the same thing. Bro, I didn't say nothing about, I'm like, bro, do that shit. You know why? And I said, because you got to get your people off Instagram. It's not about copying. I don't think he copied me. I don't think you copied me. My mind don't register like that. And in that moment, he said to me, hey, bro, you killing it with the leap plays. I got to get on that. And I said, bro, you killing it with the short term? At some point in my career, I got to get on that. We saw each other at the award show last year. Trap, take a picture with me, dog. I took a picture with you, bro. There is no hate in my heart. You know why there's no hate in my heart? Because all of us impacting people, all of us getting money. There are people that count on us. There are people who look up to us. Aristotle, bro, you a young dude that's getting money, bro. Bro, if you so-called got more money than me, bro, that don't matter to me because I'm not counting your pocket. So it don't matter to me how much money you getting. And I've always said, bro, you are phenomenal at this game. I've said it on this show multiple times. Multiple times. So there's no way in the world that we can get Trap hating on me. There's no way in the world we can get Trap copying me. But what happens is we got to start, and I'm not talking about nobody in your corner, but this is why I hang with people like Eric Thomas. This is why I hang with people like Pastor Don. The reason why I hang with men that's older than me, not even worrying about the money, is because it says in the word, seek wise counsel. I understand where I come from. So I understand that there's a part of my mentality that is wired different. So I need people to help me see the world from a different lens. I grew up without my father. So it's easy for me to look at something the one way and it's not that way. So I look up to people, even Bishop Jakes. I talk to men who got more wisdom than me so they can help me navigate a situation. So my dog, young king, here's what I want you to understand, brother. And I'm saying this here to you. That way we don't got to get on Instagram. We don't got to get on YouTube. And we don't got to turn financial literacy into a circus. We just not recovering from the Jay Morrison situation. We just now recovering from it, bro. It had all of us in a chokehold for a minute. I can promise you, brother, nobody, well, I can speak for myself. I'm not hating on you, bro. I want you to win. And the reason why I want you to win is because when you win, bro, you make investors look good. When I win, bro, we make investing and trading look good. When Tay Sweat wins, I kid Tay Sweat. I say, hey, bro, you in that World Series of trading, bro. I see where you at. I say, guess what? You put it in my heart to try to do it now. Because when one look good, we all look good. When one is winning, we all winning. And the culture in the community should not be divided. They should say, hey, I'm going to go to Aristotle for maybe the day trades. I may go, because I even though young Sean know his shit, I understand when it comes to day trading stocks, Aristotle, bro, you at the forefront, bro. When it comes to swing trading and longer term trading, I'm there. Terry Igioma, she's there. Day trading, she's there. I'll be honest. She the first one I saw make $1 million in a trade. Tay Sweat, they're there. Call Me 1000, my guy from the city that I live in, they there. They there. There is no hate. It shouldn't be. Because we not taking money from each other. My goal is to rob the market every day I can, bro. And help as many people as I can rob the market legally. Legal armed robbery. My beef is not with another black man who trying to get money out the market, who trying to do something with their people. Bro, I admire you. You a young dude who's married, who's not messing with other women. You love your woman. You got a family, bro. I salute that, bro. There is nothing in my heart to hate on you for. There is nothing in my heart to hate on you about, bro. Now, here's what I would have wanted us to do. When I bought my building, and you going through what you going through in your building, we both are new to buying real estate. Bro, what you going through over there? Hey, this is what I'm going through over here. Hey, this is something I just found out over here that probably can help you over there. Hey, what you found out over there? Hey, I know you bought it in cash. I ain't buy mine in cash. Right? I had the 5.5, but my people around me said, why would you put 5.5 in a building and get the reconstruction loan? Why not just pay for the building with the market that you did and then use the money you was going to put down on the building as part of the renovation so you can write that off. Bing! That was my idea. So, bro, I could have helped you with some shit. I was learning with what I was going through with my building. You could have helped me with some shit that you was going through in your building. And ain't gonna gotta be no competition. Actually, it's real dope. Both of us young, both of us trade, both of us invest. Your building black, my building white. Bro, it's an Oreo cookie. We can make money. When you not hosting the event, I'm hosting the event. When I'm not hosting the event, you hosting the event. If you doing something for free, I can backdoor and help you do something for free. Bro, that's how we communicate together, bro. It don't gotta be no beef, my dog. That works against the system. That works against the system. And so let me say one more thing to you. On some OG shit. You got too much money, bro. And you got too much influence to be on YouTube talking about guns. Let me just give you some game right quick. See, the problem with me is I don't pay attention to it. But people send it to me because you put my name in the subtitle. Wallstreet Trappin. So let me just give you some game right quick. If anybody that you talking about on that video, if something happens to them, you're going to be the first one to get indicted. Now, if you send somebody to do something, I want you to understand something, because there's a good chance you're not going to do it because you got too much money. But if you send a person to do something, trust me, they going to fold on you. Because nobody not going to do a life sentence for a millionaire. Nobody will do a life sentence. Nobody will do 10 years, 20 years, 30 years for a multi-millionaire. I promise you they won't, bro. I slept next to too many of them. I slept next to too many people, bro, that said, bruh, such and such, my own dog snitched on me. We just seen a dude, daddy snitch on him. So I promise you, bro, they not. So watch this. Watch the word I'm about to use. As a brother, take that video down. And the next time you come to the A, bro, we can sit down and talk. Because here's what I know for sure. A lot of times, we are defending the ego, but we're not defending the man. The man is not at jeopardy. The man is not at risk. It's the ego that we trying to protect. And the reason why I did 10 years in prison wasn't because Leon was threatened. It was because the ego of Leon was threatened. So from me to you, Aristotle, I have no beef with you, brother. I pray that you continue to be successful. I pray that you continue to kill it. I will not address this on social media anymore. I got nothing but love for you, bro. I wish you well on all your endeavors, bro. I pray that God protects you, your wife, your kids. I hope you buy another building in Puerto Rico and start an international trading firm. Because I know you got the skill to do it. Next, earn your leisure. Rashad, Bilal, brother, we have not seen eye to eye for some time. The dope part about that situation is I personally have never put that on the internet. I've personally never put that on the internet. The reason being is because I never want the culture, I never want the people to see the leaders at odds. Because at that point, we make the people pick a side. I know for a fact that there's a lot of earners in the trapper community. And I know for a fact there's a lot of trappers in the earners community. I also know there's people from Red Panda in the trapper community. So here's what I'm gonna say about that. Rashad, you said that, one, that's not you, bro. That's not you, bro. The huffing and the puffing on the camera, that's not you, bro. You're really a good guy. You're really a good guy. And I'm not saying that with no disrespect or nothing, bro. You hang around billionaires, none of the billionaires that you hang around act like that. I've never seen Robert Smith act like that. I've never seen Don Peebles act like that. Can we take away from some of the dope shit that Earn Your Leisure has done in the financial literacy space? 100% not, bro. But Rashad, for you to say, if somebody has a stock show, they copied you, I gotta just check you for a second. During the pandemic, you and me called each other on the phone, we was talking. And we said to each other, hey, people inside, it's go time. You said that Ian presented you with the Market Monday, that he wanted to do a show with you. You didn't tell me it was Market Mondays. And I said to you, I got an idea, bro, to do a show like Kramer. Because at the time, what I used to do was I used to go live and I used to be pointing my finger at the TV talking about Kramer all the time. At the time, even before I met Earn Your Leisure, you can go back and see that I personally called into Jim Kramer twice. What's good, Kramer? It's your boy, Wallstreet Trapper. I'm asking you about a company, Dollar General. What do you think we should be doing? This was before I admire what Jim Kramer was doing, but I initially said he don't talk to us. That's where Trappin' Tuesdays come from. We talking about red cup trap. We talking about black shades trap. We talking about in my auntie back room with the backdrop trap. That's the trap we talking about, bro. So but what happened was 2 of my homies got killed. One in an accident, one in a homicide, and I stopped doing Trappin' Tuesdays for 18 months because I didn't have the capacity to do it. The crazy part about it was when we was doing it, bro, you came to me and said, say, bro, I just want you to know it ain't no beef. I say, bro, we could never beef. We cool. There's no beef between us. So that's one thing, bro. You wrong. You down bad. And the way you spewed that out, it came out of nowhere. So that means you've been harboring that. I just want you to know, bro, if you ever got something against me, bro, you never have to come to me through social media. You never have to come to me that because you got my phone number. As a matter of fact, you got both of them. And if you don't have them no more, you can DM me and we can always have that conversation because you know me and you had something before. When we was at Him 500 event one time and I said, hey, bro, I'm not shaking your hand. You know what it is. But, bro, I don't got nothing against y'all. I applaud y'all for what y'all done. The next thing is for you to feel some type of way that I went to China and saying that somebody went out the country, they followed us. You wrong, bro. Let me ask you a question. Who you got it from? It's a good chance you got it from where I got it from, which was on TikTok. Because here's what happens. If we all know when Trump dropped the tariffs in February, the people in China start dropping everything. They start saying, this is where the purses come from, this is where the pants come from, this is where the building stuff come from. And I actually told Marcus, I said, bro, I'm already 2 million on the building. I put the stats up on my page. It was in February. I never knew you went to China, bro. I don't follow you. So I really said, Marcus, I done already put 2.5 into the building, bro. It's gonna cost me about 1.7. I said, nigga. Marcus said, nigga, go to China. I said, go to China? He sent me this woman page named Riri. I follow her now. She was the first person I saw, and then I went to TikTok and saw 50 million black people going to China getting containers in real estate. So no, bro, as much as your ego says that, bro, I promise you, my dog, you and I know that. But I understand, bro. The ego, it gotta be fed. And we gotta look good to these people. I've never asked you to be on Earn Your Leisure. I've never asked you to be on Invest Fest, bro. And when we stopped rocking, bro, it wasn't even a big deal for me. I was like, cool, bet. I went my way, bro. And I've never had nothing bad to say about y'all. And anytime I had a situation with y'all, I called you and I called Troy. Now, here's what I will say. Ian, we done talked, bro. On that show, you said, and niggas need to pay back my $3 million. I mean, the money I had from 3 years ago. Bro, we just talked on the phone literally just now. And you was like, hey, bro, I ain't say that, dog. I'm like, bro, you said that I took a loan from you or something, bro. I put, you know, hey, I ain't say that, Trap. I showed it to Jose. I say, look. Now, I'm not about to show the tape because we recorded it because it ain't that serious. I just want you to know when y'all start poking at a man's ego, when y'all start poking at a man's character, that's some dangerous waters. It's some dangerous waters, bro. Troy and Ian, I see the issue here. The issue is with Rashad, but it's also, you gotta have people around you when you doing flaw shit, you gotta have people around you to say, hey, bro, that ain't it. The one thing I love about the people around me, I'm not opposed to my people around me saying, hey, Trap, that ain't it, bro. I'm gonna check myself, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I got 4 phone calls today that said, hey, I know how, leave that alone. I was in a therapy session today, hey, leave that alone. So all I'm saying, bro, you don't even gotta call and apologize to me. I'm not expecting that. You don't gotta get in front of your audience and say nothing. I'm not expecting that. I'm okay. But what I will say is, bro, whatever you gonna do with EYL, whatever y'all doing, bro, do that shit. Kill that shit. Nobody not copying y'all, bro. And especially not me. My head down, I've been locked in. And I got number respect for everybody in this space. Now here's the thing that I don't like. Financial literacy niggas should not be beefing with each other. This is not a circus, bro. Too many people admire us. Too many people look up to us. You saying, nobody made more people with no money than me. Bro, I never checked to see if I made more money than nobody because that was never my mission. My mission was always to help the people who my voice was called to help. My mission was always to create the platform to help the people that heard my voice and wanted to listen to my language. So I never measured if I made more money than this person. I never measured if I helped more people than this person. My only goal was to help as many people as God has designed for me to help. That's my only mission. That was my only mission. It still is my only mission. And I'm going to extend this to everybody. If anybody ever has an issue with Wall Street Trapper, I promise you, We don't got to do nothing for views, family. We can always call one another. Conflict resolution is such a powerful thing. We can always call each other. We don't never got to get in front of these people who looking up to us. We never got to get in front of these people who admire us. We never got to get in front of these people who have kids watching EYL or kids watching Wallstreet Trappin or kids watching Aristotle Investments. We never got to get in front of them and do that. Third of all, for you to say you not doing clown shit on the internet with your girl, if I'm Troy, I'm looking at you stupid because that man, you be with that man and he with his girl all the time. The issue is, bro, like you got to start putting a name on it, but instead of putting a name on it, pick up the phone and call somebody. Don't take out your frustrations or what you feel on the internet because that mean it ain't real. That mean you want people to see it. You want people to see it. And bro, here's the dope part about it. Bro, y'all building something in Ghana, bro. That shit dope. For me, I just want to build shit in America because I know all the trap niggas in America. I want to help them. That don't take away from my mission. That don't take away from your mission. But the problem is, if somebody try to build something over here, here's what you gonna say? They following me. Bro, put your ego out the way, bro. If you gonna lead, lead, bro. There's people willing to follow you. If you gonna lead, lead. So Rashad, bro, be better, my nigga. Ian, Troy, be better, my niggas. Aristotle, be better, my niggas. And for whatever flaw that I have, because I feel like I'm flawless in my character, but I make mistakes, but whatever flaw somebody see me do, tell me to be better too, bro. I'm okay with saying, hey, Trap, that ain't it, and having a discussion about it. My phone number ain't changed. I promise you, we more powerful and here's the dope part. We don't gotta sing kumbaya. But respectfully, we also don't gotta be with the bullshit. We ain't rappers, bro. We don't have an image to uphold. We not rappers, we not actors, we not entertainers. We entrepreneurs that have media companies, that have millions of people follow us, that sit at some really dope tables, because I got 2-3 billionaires in my phone that I talk to. Bro, ain't none of what we doing is worth what's happening. Lastly, I don't know what make you think you put me on, bro. You have never put me on. You have never put $1 in my pocket, bro. Ever. We had a mutual respect and value. You saw what I could do. I was the first video to ever go 1 million views on your platform. Why? Because the streets just respect a street nigga, bro. That's like saying I went to Ellen and Ellen put me on. That's like saying I went to the Breakfast Club and the Breakfast Club put me on. No, bro. So for you to have that type of energy to feel like you put somebody on, bro, that's a bad character flaw, bro. And you gotta fix that. And it comes with the people around you helping you fix that. So, bruh, again, I'm gonna get to my show. We're gonna be a little later. Please, nobody, don't send me no more DMs about what they saying. Don't send me no more videos about what they saying. I tackled everything I needed to tackle. And I'm gonna say this, I am not beefing with anybody in the financial literacy space because beef means somebody mama got to cry. Beef means somebody kids got to be without a father. I've been there before, bro. Not only have I been in prison for shooting a man, but I also been shot, bro. It's no reason for us to beef, bro. I done made too much money. You done made too much money. We done helped too many people. We platforms getting bigger. So many people look up to us, bro. There's no need for us to beef, bro. There's no need for us to be talking slick about each other. There's no need for us to be taking shots at each other. There's no need for that, bro. Because here's what I do know, bro. Nobody, and I'm going to just be honest, nobody don't want to bring no guns out. And if I'm really being honest, nobody probably really don't want to fight. If I'm really being honest, nobody probably really don't want to fight. I'm not saying nobody's scary. I'm not saying nobody not a man, but nobody probably really don't want to fight because none of the shit that's going on is really that serious. It's probably really not that serious. So I say this, bro, and I hope this wasn't disrespectful to nobody because that truly wasn't my intention. It was truly to just say, bro, we all bigger than that shit. It was saying with admiration for what Earn Your Leisure has done, with admiration for what Aristotle Investments has done, but even going a little further, for admiration for what Tay Sweat has done, for admiration for what even the dude Black Robin Hood, bro. I don't even got nothing against that dude, bro, because you got a culture over there that you cultivate. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I wish you would just stick to just like because you actually know your shit. From Bitcoin to freaking the day trade that you put people on, bro. You actually know your shit, dog. But here's the thing, bro. We got to learn to cultivate it, bro. Nobody got to have more attention than nobody, bro. Everybody actually has some type of influence. And we are now obligated to use that influence the right way. With that, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, ain't no beef with me and nobody. And if anybody ever want to call me, y'all all got my number. I ain't hard to find. I'm in Atlanta at this big-ass Freedom Center, Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday. And I go to church Sunday. And while I go to church, you can either catch me at the Potter's House in Dallas or you can catch me at Change Church. And other than that, bro, I'm chilling with my girl, enjoying life, loving on that black woman, trying to figure out how to be the best man of her, trying to become the best father I can, and trying to be the best daddy I can, best leader I can. So none of us, bro, none of us don't got time for this bullshit. Let's get to the show, man.
Well.
All right.
All right. In a lighter note.
For sure.
You know how I do. It's always got to be Jose.
Let's take time to let it breathe.
You know what I'm saying? Just let it breathe a little bit, let it marinate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people in the chat.
Shout out to my people in the chat. All right, where my people at, man? Oh, watch this. One time. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
My nigga, God, please. My nigga's heart. Oh, Lord.
I thought that your love calm down. My dog caught a body. All right, let's go. Where my people at, man? Let's get to it, y'all. We got a dope show ahead of us tonight. Cam, did we charge the pad? All right, cool. Got a dope show tonight, man. Where my people at, man? Shelly Booker, I see you. T-Mac, I see you. Tariq, I see you. Baby boy, I saw you for the super chat. Thank you, man. Belina, what's good, family? Kiara, what's up, queen? Damn, he's going too fast already. God damn. Ariel was good. KJ was good. Nathan was good. Breezy was good. Carolina Blue, come on, my dog. Carolina was good. B Duke was good. Leon, Michelle Booker was good. Freddie Cubs was good. Jackie was good. I can't see everybody. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. James Murray was good. Mr. VIP was good. TJ was good. Amber was good. Fabian was good. Max B was good. Guys going too fast. Larry Morgan was good. B Jizzle was good. D was good, family. Baby Sean in the building. Max B was good. Jeff was good. Damn, it's going so fast, bro.
Yeah, they in there today.
Yeah, it's going fast. I can't catch it. My eyes.
They going in today.
Eyes fast.
They going
fast.
in today.
It's real fast. All right, let's get to it, man. We got a dope show ahead of us, man.
Hey, look, real talk though.
What's up,
My
bro?
biggest thing is today, after a decade, after about a half decade, bruh, got my first pedicure, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Now let me tell you this though. That don't tickle like a mug. I was crying.
Flush Jose, bro.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Jose.
Had to celebrate with my lady on her birthday.
Flush Jose. That man say the pedicure tickle.
Bruh, that thing was tickling, bruh. She had the little, man. But I got it done. Feet got the bling blow on that joint. Got the bling blow.
Man said a pedicure tickle, bro. Bro, why? Nettie, what's good, love? Man said a Rams, I see you, brother. Yes, sir, man. Eli, what's good? Slave of Christ. Ooh, I like that. Say, let me say something right quick before we get into the show, bro. I know Ag's gonna be like, hey, y'all spend the hour on it. Can't use that. You spend the hour on it. Let me say something. So now I'm reading John in the Bible, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, if you go read John 8, bro, John 8, the whole chapter, bro, Christ, bro, Jesus is really a gangster. No. Jesus is a gangster, bro. He told the Pharisees, listen to me. I pictured this in my head. Mm-hmm. I had to read John 8 twice. I pictured this in my head. So they on Jesus' top. They told Jesus, man, we know who you is. We know who your mom is. In so many words, nigga, you were born out of wedlock.
Right.
You ain't no. Bro, Christ told them, I am who I am.
I am that I am, yup.
My father. He said, I am of my father, and you like your daddy, the devil. I said, ooh. He said, of course you don't know me. You trying to kill. Y'all think I don't know y'all trying to kill me? But I'm untouched. Bro, I read John 8 and I said, oh, I said, oh, he gangster.
You knew what it was.
I said, he gangster. He was like, y'all ain't about to play with me. You ain't gonna touch me. Bro, he said, you ain't gonna touch me. I say, that's the energy that they don't be talking about.
Yeah, they don't. They do the meek and mild.
He was a lion, and I said, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's get to it, man. I just wanted to sit at the Jose because that was just crazy when I read that. I was like, what? He said, you like your daddy, the devil.
Could you imagine hearing that, though? Like, you know what I'm saying? You going home feeling away now?
What? Listen, when he said that, the next thing is they picked up stones. Mm-hmm. And then it says, he went untouched. Jesus had some cold-blooded comebacks. He was swift on his feet. He was swift on his feet. Anyway, man, let's get into the show, man. Let's get into our mantra, and then we got a surprise for y'all. We got something nice for y'all. We worked on it. Let's go, man. Anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get our mantra up. Let's go. If you come new to the show, our mantra is how we get down. Let's get it. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating that machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. No, my family will smile now. That's right, because I turned Cam sent me this and threw my whole thing off. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will a generation behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Golly.
Now they calling me Twinkle Toes Jose.
That sound about right. That sound about right.
Hey, that thing was real, bro.
That
real.
was not real, bro.
Real in the field.
That's what's not real. All right, y'all, so we're going to do something a little different tonight, and we want you all's opinion on how this goes. So what we going to do is I told y'all last week that we were going to, okay, that works. I told y'all last week that we were going to start charting some stuff out, and that's what we're going to do right now. So wait a minute. Let me see how to erase that. I think Sean told me. How to erase it, Sean? I'm new to this machine. Oh, there you go. Bam. Okay. There you go. Boop. All right. So let's get to it. How do you?
So we got Cam about to check that receiver just to make sure we can make sure the people can see. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure the people can see it on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those who watching on audio. Shout out to those who came off of their TV to get into the chat.
For sure.
We seen them.
For sure.
We seen them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cam working it out.
No, I asked, could we do it before the show?
And if we have not said it, go ahead and share this out with your group chat. Salute.
Yeah, man, share this out to your people, man. This is gonna be good if we, we working on it and we should be able to get this right. We get this right, it's on. Right, we get this right. We testing it in real time, y'all. Huh? So, Jose, what did you do for your girl for her birthday?
So, we actually went to breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Went to breakfast this morning, because it is Trappin Tuesday, so, preparing for that, getting that straight. Did the pedicure drink. I got, the hookup as far as with the flowers.
You got the flowers?
Things was heavy, you know what I'm saying?
How many you got?
I don't know, I got I didn't get the big drink like you got. Yeah.
All right, don't matter, but you got a 100.
Nice little, yeah.
Long stem?
Yeah, long stem joints.
She liked that.
Yeah, she was like, don't leave them in the car.
Leave him in a car?
Don't leave him in the car.
You know what Nat did, mine? Threw him in the library.
Really? No water, no nothing, just dry?
I say, Nat, you gotta get him out of the library. She said, I am.
You can't really, you gotta vase them out. You got like 12 dozen.
That's why I wanted to test this before the show. That's why I wanted to test this.
So we had it right, but that thing, we had some technical difficulties. That's what happens when we doing a live show, but it's all
Yeah, it's my man, the trappers know. We gonna get it though.
Yeah.
How we look, Cam? Unplug it. Look, we got a sale on the merch.
Oh, yeah.
We doing 50% off on all the merch, y'all.
Yep.
We doing 50% off on all the merch. So let's show them that for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to portfolio. We'll come back, bro. All right, so today I did something that was crazy. So let me give context. I sold all my winners. Every last winner I had in my portfolio. We was in a lot of plays. I sold all my winners. I have now chopped the $1.5 million loss down to $250,000. Come on. I'm doing everything. Heal, money, sizzle, flush. Every button got to get hit. All right. So, in canceling all my winners, the goddamn account looked bloody. It looked like the goddamn Red Sea right now, you know what I'm saying? But the winners was big winners, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go through this and I'll let y'all see what we got. So I'm not gonna lie, we down on it, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I think we got one, I left one winner. We did an NVIDIA play, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I usually don't tell my team how much money I put in a play, but I told them I put $425,000 in this one play. I usually don't tell my Patreon what I'm doing. What I tell them, but I never tell them how much I put in the play. So I believe that September will be, August and September are gonna give us some opportunities. So here's my mindset behind this right now. I was telling Ashawn this earlier. I feel like now, because every play we got now, except for CrowdStrike, is kind of over in December. So what I want to do now is play closer dated options. So 90 days, get back to that. So we can take advantage of the short swings that we gonna get. So I'm also right now sitting on about, Valina, she always tell me something. I'm also sitting on right now probably about right at $900,000 in cash. So bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The battle was knocking that 1.5 million down. And even if, like, with the plays I have now I feel like they gonna turn. And even with the short plays that we gonna do moving forward, I think that I just feel so much better knocking down so that means between May, June, July, we took out 1.3 million, 1.25, I'll say, because I'm about 250,000, 260,000. So I'll say that. So I'm excited about that. So I had to give context on this goddamn Red Sea we about to see right here. So the Apple play is down, the AMAT play is down, the Costco play down, CrowdStrike down, the Lily is down. They whooping us right now. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go a little further. So that NVIDIA play right there, and I told them this, I'm like, yo, we gonna go long on this one. So we did a March play for 200. I put 425,000 in that play. So I know some people gonna want me to lose my money. Some people gonna want me to make money. It's out there for you to see. In that NVIDIA play, I put 425,000 in it. What I will say is, I still feel good about Spotify. I don't have nothing but like one or two contracts in the Spotify play. Visa play turned around on us. Netflix, I still believe in it. Netflix and Spotify took me to the moon. There's a couple plays I'm looking to get back in. Netflix. I'm thinking Palo Alto, if I'm looking at it. There's a gap on Palo Alto. There's a gap on Palo Alto at about 163. I think it'll fill that gap. And then if it fills that gap at 163, I think it'll take those orders and come back up. And if it doesn't, it'll probably go down to 144, which is a low. What's up?
I'll say you can show Palo Alto if you want to as well.
Oh, they ready to see it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. Come on, team. That's why I love the team.
Shaking and bake, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I never panic on y'all, dog.
I did.
Right. I never panic on the squad, dog. Never panic on the squad. Let me see if I can close it. Get this up. All right, so can they... So I gotta...
Let me ask you, Trap.
Yeah.
Why Palo Alto, like specifically? Because I know you're about to pull it up for the people and stuff like that. But why Palo Alto? Because you mentioned that Spotify down and Palo Alto, but why Palo Alto specifically?
Man, I'm trying to do this thing. Oh, there it go right there. All right, pull it up. Let's see. I see. That should be happening. So can we pull it up for them so they can see?
I think they can see it.
Can they see it? They can see it? I just can't see it. So, Sean, how do I write on it?
You just click the, there's a brush tool. You should click that.
I clicked the brush. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There go the brush. Hey, we cooking with grease now.
Cooking with grease.
We cooking with grease now. All right, there we go. All right, so if we look at, is up for him? All right, so if we look at Palo Alto right here is at 169. Right here is at 169. I don't know what the hell going on right here. There you go, double tap it. All right, right there is at 169. Right, that's the 169. So we're looking at the 4 hour right here, right? Now, if you look at right here, here's the gap right here. There's this gap right here at about 163. We're gonna go to the bottom. So this is the top of the gap right here. Let me see if I can do this. Ashan, do me a favor. Come in right quick, because I'm having help. How do I find my fib on here? It's because it's an iPad, y'all, and it's a little bitty iPad. It's right here.
No, that's indicator. Go to, pull it up.
I'm used to being on my laptop.
Drawing.
Ah, there we go. I see it right here. All right, there we go. All right, so right here, I should have put it on the favorites. This should be tough. All right, so right here, damn, you know what I wanted to do with it, Sean? Never mind, I'll just do this. I'll do it a different way. So watch this. So right here, this gap right here, and this right here, right? So if you look at this gap and bring it all the way across, right here, so it has to fill this, right? It has to fill that. Y'all see that? All right, it has to fill that gap up. So what happens is there's orders right there, right? There's orders right there. Oh, I see it. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm looking at Palo Alto. I'm on a 4 hour chart. Again, y'all, this is my first time using a pencil and all that. I'm used to being on my computer. I'm on an iPad, so work with me for a little minute. So it has to fill that up right there, right? And what I want to see it do is I want to see it eat those orders out of there. So think about it like a trap house, right? I always say when a company got to fill a gap up, that means it got to come back and get a stash. Right? It got to come back and get a stash. So think about it as somebody left their stash in a house, they kept going, and they coming back to pick it up. So it got to come back and get that stash. Now, here's the thing. If it doesn't come back and get that stash, then the next place from 169 is right here at 140, right at 144. Now, Trap, why do you think it'll come to 144? Because we don't have nothing else to help it. This ain't nothing right here. And from 165, if we don't help it, if we go back to this right here, watch this. Now it makes sense. Let me close this a little bit. All right, bam. So here we go. This 144 right here is a low, right? So if it doesn't pick these orders up right here at 163, if it doesn't pick these orders up and then go back up here, if it doesn't do that, it'll bust through it. But I'm thinking it'll pick these orders up and then give us something, and then somewhere about right here at 187, we'll probably bounce. And if we bounce down, now here's the thing. If it bounced down, it comes all the way to 144, then it comes back up. But I wanted to pick these orders up. Now, one thing that you never supposed to do, the one thing we never supposed to do is try to force our bias on the market. We never supposed to force our bias on the market. And so when you see a gap up, what you understand what happens with a gap up is, let's look at it like this. When you see a gap, think about it like this. A lot of times, I'm going to get this feature right. I promise. Once I get this feature right, we're going to cook, boy. All right, a lot of times with this gap, what happens is, if you look at this right here, it jumped up. So this level right here, put it above this. Then you had a doji, and then you started going up. And then you found a base around here, right? So when you find a base, always remember this. And I always tell myself this question. Always ask myself this question. Does the base give us a foundation that the uptrend can go off of? Or does the base give us a foundation that the downtrend can go off of? All right, so watch this. This base right here, let's close it. Watch what I'm about to show y'all. And again, just work with me. This is my first time using this, so. All right, there we go. Let's bring it in. There we go, let's bring it in. All right, so watch this. You see this base right here that we marked. And then you see a gap down. Now watch, if you look forward, this base is what it stands on. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Why is this a base? Because the uptrend is here, and then you base out right here. Now this whole base is what this whole uptrend stands on. And then it comes down, where at? Right to this base. Now what happens is, you come down and then you go right back up. You build that momentum up off here, then it gets right back to around this base and does what? Gaps down. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It doesn't just go down, it gaps down. So think about a gap down like this. Think about a gap up or a gap down like this. The market couldn't do it on its own, so it kicked the door in. Think about a hustler. It kicks the door in, right? When the police kick the door in, they do it with force, and a lot of it happens overnight. So now what happens is, it had to take force to get it past that base. Does that make sense to everybody? It takes force to get it past that base. So every time, a lot of times you see a gap up or a gap down, see where the base is. A base is when the market is not going up and is not going down, it's kind of consolidating. A consolidation would be a base. Why is that important? Because if we go look, watch, I'm gonna show y'all something right here. It's gonna be good for y'all to see. If you look right here, I'm about to show y'all. You see a base and then you see an uptrend. You see a base and then you see an uptrend. You're gonna always see it. You see a base and then you see a downtrend. It never fails. It never fails. Everything needs a base. So the base is like steps. Let me erase that. Am I making sense to y'all? If we trapping or we trapping? Think about right here. I'm gonna show y'all again. You got a base right here. You got a small base, uptrend. Then you get a downtrend. Then you get a little base, downtrend, uptrend. Is that making sense to y'all? It's not support. It's not support. That is not support. Support resistance is two different things. Support and resistance is two different things. So every rally you see will be it's gonna step on something. It has that, think about it as a front porch. That's the base. It has to have a base so it can go where it needs to go at. All right. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start cooking with this shit and y'all gonna be out of y'all mind. All right, so let's do this. What I wanna do right now is I wanna work on these futures right quick. I know Sean gonna like that. All right, Sean gonna like that. Now I'm gonna walk y'all through what I see and we can rock out as a squad. I'm gonna start playing with this little iPad because using this pencil and stuff is it's different from being on my computer, you feel me? All right, so here we go. Can they see the screen? All right, so right now we are looking at the ES, E-mini futures, but we're gonna go from the daily, we're gonna go to the 4 hour. That's where I like to play at. That's how I can see what's going on. All right, let's rock out, y'all. Y'all, if we trapping, say we trapping. All right, so I'm about to show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. All right, so watch this. So we looking at the 4 hour. So every candle right here represents 4 hours. Every candle right here represents 4 hours. So the first thing we wanna mark out right here is this number right here on the 4 hour. We're gonna mark this out. I'm about to say it. 6240. We're gonna mark out 6240. That is the low part of the trend. Now, I'm gonna walk y'all through some stuff right here. I want you to look at it so y'all can see it as I'm seeing it. And again, this is my first time using this pen, so I'm gonna walk with y'all through it so y'all can see it. And my goal is to help y'all start to understand a little bit more about the technical analysis so you can see it a little bit better. You feel me? All right. Nikki, crazy. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we look at this, 6240, maybe 6239, that's this area right here. This area is important. Why is this area important? That's the low part of the trend. Now, I want you to look for something. I wanna look for 6320. That's kind of where it's at right now. God damn, I ain't wanted to do that. All right, so 6320 is gonna be important for us. That's right here. All right, 6320. All right, right here, 6320. 6315, 6320, right there. We at 6320 right here. That's gonna be an important level for us. Why is 6320, maybe 6325 an important level? Because if you look across that dotted line, all the way across this dotted line, look at this area right here. 6320 falls in line with that area right there, which tells us that the mark, what you about to say, Sean?
A line tool as well. I put that at the top. You see those three things? Like that section with the three things, the arrow, the brush, and the line.
Line. Okay,
like
there you go, Sean. Help your boy out.
Make it a little, you know what I'm saying, smoother for the people.
That's what I was trying to look for. I couldn't find it on here.
Yeah. I put them right up there for you. I was like, he probably gonna use these.
You know I need them more than anything. Struggling over here. Oh, I get it, man. They ain't tripping. They gonna rock with me. Ah, here we go right here. Oh, I found it. I found it. Here we go. I found it, Sean. Ah, where that horizontal ray at? Right here. That's what I want. Right here. That's what I want. All right, here we go, y'all. Oh, I'm working it now. I told y'all once I get it, it's on. All right, so I want you to look at this line right here. All right, I found it. It's crazy. So watch this. There we go. That blue line is 6320. There we go. I'm on it popping. I done found my horizontal line. It's on. All right, so that line is important. You know why? Because if you look to your left, what's my favorite rule, y'all? What's my favorite rule? My favorite rule is before you move right, you gotta look left, because when you look left, it shows you how to move right. All right. So that line is at 63.20. That line is super, super important, y'all. And here's why that line is important. If we look right now in the futures, it actually rejected it. It's at 63, it came back to 63.22. Here's why that line is important. That line is actually, if you look to your left, you see one. Let me do something. You see this right here. You see this right here. And then you see it again, this right here. Which means every time it hits 63.20, it bounced back up off that, which tells us that's a key level for it to hold. It tells us that's a key level for it to hold. Now watch this. If you go to 63.37, right, I'm about to give y'all some game right here. If we go to 63.37, where's my horizontal line? We'll see that was yesterday's high. That was yesterday's high at 63.37. Let's find that. There we go. All right. Run that across right here. Right here. That was Monday's high. So here's why this is important. If we can't reclaim that, well, my camera. If we can't reclaim that, we can't reclaim yesterday's high. That tells us there's a situation that's about to happen. Y'all with me? We want to see it. We want to see buyers reclaim the previous day. We want to see the buyers reclaim the previous day because that's telling us they back in control. If the buyers don't do their job, then the sellers then take over. So watch this. If we see, if it does not reclaim the 63.20, then we go, I think we go from 63.20 down here to the low. I think we go down to the low. Now, you could say, now here's the dope part about it. You might think of that as a rejection, but there's nothing in there that really helps it. Now, you could say there's nothing in there that helps that until you get here. Now, watch this. If we go to the 1 hour, it gets a little bit different. And the reason why it gets a little different, so for me, what I like to do is I like to go monthly to see what's the overall idea of what the thing is doing. I like to go weekly to see how is the week performing. Then I go daily to see how is the day performing. Then I go 4 hour, then I go 1 hour. Now here's the thing. I like my 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily to all be in agreement. Am I making sense right now? I like my 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily to all be in agreement. If my 1 hour, 4 hour, if my 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily are not all in agreement, I cannot make the play. If my 1 hour, 4 hour, daily are not in agreement, I can't make the play. So if the 1 hour if the 1 hour is an uptrend, the 4 hours a downtrend, and the daily is another trend, I cannot make the play. If the 1 hour is in the uptrend, the daily is in the uptrend, and the 4 hours in the uptrend, then that tells me we can make the play. That's telling me everything is in alignment. So I want you to put this in your mind. Whenever you trading, what are the 3 charts you need? What are the 3 time frames you need to be in agreement to confirm your play? Right? So for me, I'm going to look at the weekly, I'm gonna look at the monthly. That tells me, hey, this candle has formed. Okay, that's cool. But it's not till I get to the daily 4 hour, and because I make my plays based off the 1 hour time frame. Why do I make my plays off the 1 hour time frame? Because now it tells me what the market is doing more. It gives me, I don't want to say, so the 4 hour and the daily takes away the noise. The 1 hour lets me see it in more of a real-time situation, right? Now, the hour takes 60 minutes to form, but I can see what that candle is going to form before the 4 hour and the daily. Does that make sense? So for me, I want to see the same trend in the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, and I'm going to execute off the 1 hour. Now, let me throw this in there. If the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily are all in agreement, and I'm trying to make an options call, but the monthly or the weekly is red, I gotta be cautious of what's going on. Here's why. Because even though I see what I see on the 1-4 daily, for the week, if it's still bearish, I gotta be, that makes me downsize the position. That's my caution. My caution is risk management and how big I'm gonna go. So if my 1 hour, my 4 hour, and my daily says good, but my weekly is a bearish candle or a doji candle, I may be cautious about making that play. I may still make it, but I may not. If I was going to do 20 contracts, I may do 10. Because the weekly didn't confirm the trend that the candle has changed for it to be in prime position. Am I making sense right here? All right. So watch this. If we looking at this again, and excuse me, y'all, I just got to get better at using this thing. I probably just got to get a bigger iPad, but the team went out their way to get this for me, so I want to use it. What we see here is the same configuration right here at 240 on the 1 hour. But watch this. This where it really gets good. This where it really gets good. Right here, you see a base. You see a base right there. You didn't see this base on a 4 hour, but you get to see it on a 1 hour. After this base, you see this large inducement candle. That's that green candle that's on the side of it. That's a huge play. Now watch this. These candles up to right here is all what happened on Monday. All of that happened on Monday. So that means the market opened down here and shot up. It opened here 1 hour, this after hours, then it shot up, then we went here. Now remember, this is the future, so stuff be happening while you overnight, right? And so one of the things I look at, me and Sean just started talking about this, is looking at overnight highs and overnight lows. The reason why that becomes important is because you want to see if the futures market can reclaim an overnight high, or is the overnight low where it finds balance at. We making sense right now? Are we making sense right now? All right, so let's go a little further. Let's go a little further. Now, what do you see after that Monday's run-up? Something that we just talked about. You see a base. You see a base. After the Monday's run-up, you see a base. You see a base. Now, I'm going to show you why this is important. The reason why this is important is because, watch this, it then breaks the base it breaks the base. Remember what I said. After the base, it's going to go one way or another. We'll call it consolidation because that's what it is, but I like to use easy terms for us. So if I say a base, now you're looking for candles that's going sideways. They're not going too far up. They're not going too far down. But remember, your base can be wide, but it's still in the same range. It's 100% consolidation, but I'm just saying base because I know there's a lot of new people. So when they look at the chart, they might forget consolidation. But if I say base, they're like, oh, that's an easy word to remember. That's a base. So that's why I'm saying it like that. Somebody say, I see an inverted cup and handle. See, don't make me get into all of that, family. We trying to help the people. All right. Think about a base as like a porch. Every move has to come off. Most moves come off of a base because consolidation means the market is actually powering up. It means nobody is winning. So in consolidation, AKA a base, it means nobody is winning. It means the bulls not winning or the bears not winning. When you see a base, I don't want you to try to make a play inside of a base. I want you to just step back and say, I'm going to make the move when it comes out of the base. Right? I'm going to make the move once it comes out of the base. So when you look at your chart, you're like, ooh, that ain't really going up. That ain't really going down. It's just in the range. It's powering up. Think about Street Fight. Oh, you get... Right? It is a failed auction 100%, but I don't want to get into all that, fam. I know a lot of people that's, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep it at a level where everybody can understand. I know some of y'all are rocket scientists up in here, 100%. Y'all assassins. But I got to speak so everybody can understand. Got to speak so everybody can understand. All right? So you see that base, and then you see it fall. Now watch this. This actually, we're gonna write something right here. We're gonna write lower, high. All right? And then, watch this. So this number at 6320 is important. Now, mind you, we marked down to 6320 on our other chart, on our 4-hour chart. We marked this bottom on the 4-hour chart. So watch this. That's 6320. What do we see? A rejection. We see a rejection right here. But pay attention to this. Right here, you get another lower high. Now, this is important. This is important right here. You got 2 lower highs. This is about to be important for us. The next thing we need to be looking at is where does this market find another base? Y'all see that? What you say, Sean?
I say, can you tell the people, because obviously when you say base, you're talking about a step.
Yep.
So based on this
So
chart.
I'm about to, good shit.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So what happens is, for me, when I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, if it breaks, so you want 2 things to happen here. You don't want to guess the market, but you see we now have a lower high in place. 1 lower high, 2 lower high. We see those are in place. Now, the market never goes just straight down. It's going to be some things that happen in place. So now we got to say to ourselves, what do we need to happen in this point? So we need 1 or 2 things to happen. We need this next set of candles to get us back above this lower high. That means the buyers have stepped back in. If they get on top of that lower high, then we can say this is changing. Or, let me take that away. Boy, Sean, you're gonna have to help me with this, boy, on our next time. Figure this goddamn eraser thing out. All right, there
Got
you
you.
go. All right, there you go. All right, there we go. So if that doesn't happen, then you might see this happen. You might see it come close and then fall down again, which means you created another lower high. So now what we saying is, where can it go from here? Well, you see this base right here. It could come right back to there. Now, you needed to stop there. You wanted to stop there if you bullish, because if it breaks this, we have now officially entered into a downtrend, which is now a change of trend. And then if it breaks, watch this. This is the important part. If it breaks this right here, this is important. And that's why I said this base. If it breaks that, that tells us now specifically that sellers have wiped the buyers out. Does that make sense? Can they see it? Because now it has wiped all of these orders out. If it falls down past this, it tells us now that the buyers have taken control. And your next stop going to either be at this base, and then finally it may come here. But remember, it may not come straight down to 62.39. It may do something like this. So you want to pay attention. That's what you want to be paying attention to. If it breaks this large candle right here, where these buyers jumped in at, which is a lot of orders taking, if it breaks that, that means the sellers have now took over, and then you have 1, 2, 3 lower highs. Those 3 lower highs like that with that selling pressure now tells us, hey, we have now changed the trend. It's no longer time for us to buy dips. We either step back a little bit and let something happen. What we need to see happen at this point is we need to see if it hits this, if it hits this and come back up, or if it comes here and comes back up. Now, what we need to see is you got to see the next uptrend take over a lower high. If the next set of candles does not take over a lower high, you are officially still in a downtrend. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You need the uptrend to take out a lower high to consider it a reversal. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Before you get that reversal back up, you will probably get another what? Base. Come on, man. Before you get the uptrend that goes right back up, you'll probably get another consolidation phase where the market will do what? It'll be a disagreement between buyers and sellers where nobody can really win, and then you will see it probably have some type of hammer at the bottom or some type of gravestone doji that's going to signal a reversal is in play, and then you'll get that high. So once that high gets taken over, so once you see a lower high gets overtaken, then you can say, hey, we have now entered a new uptrend, and now I can position myself long. Does that make sense, y'all? All right, we good. We're going to end it right there with that. I just want y'all to look at the ES. I don't want to go through a lot more. I got to get more familiar with using this. I probably got to get a bigger iPad. That way I have more room to maneuver, and I got to get a pencil. But by next week, we're going to be cold-blooded with using this pencil, because this cold-blooded, I like drawing on the goddamn screen. You hear me? All right, man. Let's get to it, y'all. Thank y'all, team. Y'all did a great job. Tell Axe, don't be fussing at us. We was figuring it out. You hear me? All right, y'all. Let's get it. How y'all feel about that? Let me know in the chat how y'all feel about what we just did. How y'all feel about that? Yep. Smells good. I'm ready to eat. All right, cool. I just want to say that. Again, we're going to get better with using that iPad. I'm going to start working on that all week. I'm going to go buy me a bigger iPad.
Because that thing little.
It's little.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it because we said we wanted to do it. Team came through.
Yeah.
But I'm going to the Apple store tomorrow.
And you drew an Amazon van on that joint.
I drew an Amazon. You so stupid.
That's what they would say.
You so stupid, dog.
The trap.
Yeah.
The
Shout out to the team, man, because, yep. So if you go look back at this, the reason why, so I'm going to say something to you, and I'm going to be honest with you. Once you really start, and I'm going to tell y'all something, charting is something that you got to do every day. You got to do it every day. You got to do it every day. Like, every day you got to do it. Because the minute you stop doing it and you don't really lock in on it, you're going to forget. It got to become repetitious. And here's what I will learn. Once I learn, and again, I'm still getting so much better, but once you learn how to, because at first I didn't used to look at futures because I only wanted to look at, now I don't want to trade the futures, probably not yet, but I can look at the futures and set points on the futures that tell me, because you got to remember, so the ES is connected to the S&P 500. The NQ is connected to the NASDAQ. So if you can start learning the ES and the NQ, you can start paying attention to what the NASDAQ and the SPY is doing. If you can pay attention to what the NASDAQ and the SPY is doing, you can trade the NASDAQ and the SPY based on what you see off the futures. And you can also understand what's about to take place in the market based on what you see on the futures. So if you can start learning the futures a little bit more, understanding what's going on over there, you can then start paying attention, like, oh, I see what's going on here. Or if it hit these levels and it break these levels, you're not caught off guard with, oh, why the market falling? Well, the future told us it was market. Then what starts to happen is you don't really need to know the news exactly, because you can just look at the candle and say, hey, this is what's going on. Because I pay attention to the news a lot, that becomes a part of the fundamental analysis that now helps me with the futures. So if I know, hey, Donald Trump just made a tweet, oh, this is why this candle just went down like that. Here's what's going on. Oh, I know this company made a miss earnings. This is why this candle, this was going on. So if you can start tying in the futures to what's happening with the news, now you got your fundamentals and your technicals together, and that starts to help you move forward. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it's not me trying to be like I'm a genius or nothing like that. Really and truly, if I'm being honest with you, it's really just basic charting. If I'm being honest with you, like, it's only complex to some people because you not familiar with the language. For me, I just try to make the language understandable. So when I see gaps, I say, oh, that's a stash spot. So anytime I see the market run up and if it starts to come down, I'm gonna always tell myself, where is the nearest stash spot at? So if I see the market run up high and I see a gap somewhere, I'm gonna start looking for the stash spot, because it's a good chance. And here's a rule that I learned. 75% of the time, all gaps get filled. Which means 75% of the time, the market gonna go back and get them orders that's sitting in that stash spot, because that gap mean they got orders right there that didn't get full. Now, let me tell you something a little better about that. When you see a gap, damn, I should have kept the thing on me. Let me tell you something about a gap. If you see a gap, and can we do a whiteboard for a second? Can we see the whiteboard for a second? I don't want, it don't even gonna be long. I mean, this may take 5 minutes to say. Yep, let me get it up right quick. I want to just show them something. Man, we gonna cut a lot of stuff short. I ain't tripping. I just need them to see this. I'm in that bag right now. I just want to talk about it. And I just want to put us on game right quick. You know, again, I'm just trying to help, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to help us out right quick. All right, so can they see me? All right, so let's say you have a candle, and I'm just gonna use these for example. Let's say you have a candle, and then you have, this. Then you have some more candles. I'm gonna put some wicks on them. And then you start seeing the market come down. You may see the market do something like, and I'm just using some stuff out here, y'all. But remember, the gap is right here. So this is the gap. So here's what I'm gonna tell you right quick. They can see that green? They probably can't see that green, huh? Can they see that green? They can see that green? I'm gonna do it in black. And I just want y'all to pay attention to this. Watch what I'm about to tell y'all right quick. If you see and this is the gap, I'm gonna write this in. So this is the stash. These are orders that gotta get filled. Because when it gapped up like this, it left these orders vacant. Right? When it gapped up, when it jumped up like that overnight, and that just means something happened. That means something happened overnight. Right? And remember, the options market don't move overnight, but the futures does. So you'll see the movements in the futures, but you won't see it in the options market until that market come live. So think about Palantir killed earnings. So when it got up this morning, you saw that big gap up. Think about when Meta killed earnings. You woke up with a $78 gap up. So that big gap up, because the market is closed, it closed right here, and it left they got a bunch of orders right here. So that means no candles got took right here nowhere. So no orders were getting took. So that means it skipped all of these orders and jumped up $78. So there's a whole field, there's a bunch of orders right here that's just sitting there that gotta get got. They gotta get got at some point. Now, remember what I said, 75% of all gaps get filled, meaning there's a 25% chance if the market just keep going up, it might don't come back that far down. So watch this. I want you to understand something. If it does this, if you see a wick hit a gap, that means they only got some of the, that means they only got some of the stash. Y'all with me right there? When you see this gap, if a wick hit the gap, that means they only got some of the stash. You might see a wick hit a gap and you might see something like this. You might see it go like this. You may see it go like this. You may see it go like this. You may see a lot of things can happen until you see this. Until you see this. Meaning, until you seen a candle body get in that gap, it's going to come back to it. Now, when you see a candle body in that gap, that means they done got what they had to get and they gone. You feel me? If you see a wick hit the gap, that means they ain't go get all the orders. What I mean by all the orders, there's buyers and sellers in a market. There's always sellers sitting at, this is why the numbers on a grid on the side make sense. Free my dog Wick out the Cali, yo, you hear me? You feel me? So if you see a wick right here, a wick mean it got some and it came back. It didn't get everything. But if you see a candle body inside of there, that means they went kick the door down, snatched them orders up out of there, and it's gonna go where it gotta go at. So think about gaps as stash spots. Then what happens is inside of the gaps, depending on where the gap at, sometimes a gap can become a support. Depending on what's on the left side of it. Remember, a gap means something happened overnight that made it jump. So you may have some other candles right here that's sitting a certain way. So once they come in and get the orders out the gap is not a gap no more because now candles done filled that up. So now because candles done filled up the gap, a gap can also be a support or a resistance. So pay attention to your gaps. When you see a market coming back down to it, if you see a market going up, the first thing you need to do when it starts going down, you got to ask yourself, where is the nearest stash spot? Do they got a stash spot near? Because if they do got a stash spot near, if it's a good chance they gonna get them orders. So that's what I'm looking at the Palo Alto play. Hey, there's a stash spot at 163. It's a good chance they gonna go get them orders. Now, if they go get them orders and still keep going down, then it's probably gonna go all the way down to 144. I'm talking a different ball game now. For my Patreon people, that's why I'm not panicking on the Palantir play. On the Palo Alto play, because I say it's a good chance. It's a 78% chance they gonna get them orders at 163. If they go get them orders at 163, it's a good chance we're gonna turn back around and go get what we gotta get. If they get them orders and keep going down, then we might go down to 144. Now we talking about a whole nother ball game. So I just wanted to put that in right quick. I know it's a lot. Come back, look at it. It may make sense to you. Get on your chart and start saying, hey, where is this gap at? And that's some homework I want y'all to start doing. I want y'all to start going on y'all charts and just using some of the stuff I'm saying. When you see it, now also tell yourself this. Let me help you out one more time. God, this is going to be just a whiteboard show. It's just a whiteboard show at this point. Damn, all my people on the air, I got to do some more for Jose, man, because Jose need the air time. God damn. All right, let me do this last thing. If you see a supply zone or demand zone and you see a wick, remember the wick is not valid. The same rules apply for the gap. The same rules apply for supply and demand that apply for the gap. If you see a candle hit a supply or demand zone with just a wick, just know they just hit a little bit. It ain't until you see this, or this, or this, that thing is valid. They went and got something from right there. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Anytime a supply or demand zone gets violated more than twice, it is no longer valid. Say that again. So see how this wick happened? Once this one hit it, these are no longer good. This supply zone is no longer good. This trap house has been violated. It's no longer valid. It's no longer valid. Anytime a supply or demand zone gets hit more than 2 times, it's no longer valid. It don't have the same that it had. Now, if it has a wick hit it, that means it went snatch something. But it's a good chance it's going to come back and hit it again. Why? Now, if a wick hit it 2 times, that's the equivalent to a whole candle taking it. So if you get 2 wicks in it, you're like, okay, one more time, it's over. But if you get a wick in a candle, it's been violated. So put that in your head. 1 wick, okay now, because a wick means rejection. A candle body means confirmation. So a wick means rejection, a candle closed inside of it, this supply demand zone ain't good no more. 2 wicks is almost like a candle, so you may get hit one more time, but after that, it ain't a supply demand zone no more. Get rid of it. Don't put the green or the red through your chart no more. It's over with. It's done. That ain't supply and demand no more. That's just another area because it has now been violated. All right, I'm finished. Jose ain't got nothing for the audio tonight. Damn.
No, we good. Shout out to all the trappers who they in here, bro. This is what they want.
Yeah?
This is what they want right here. We on it.
All right, let's get into some of that content, though. All right, let's get to it, man. All right, so here's the other part of the Freedom Fund. We still up 20% on the year. And look, Sean reminded me to get out there 8. And look, I still kept it. Look what's down. AJG, Sprouts Farmers Market. And Sean sent me a text that said, Trap, get out of AJG and get out of Sprouts Farmers Market. So I deserve this one. Let's go. Come join the Patreon, man. Comment the word print money, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm on Patreon. God, Jose, drop the link to the Patreon, man. God.
He said, comment the word print money. Go ahead and comment the word print money.
Go ahead, comment the word print money, man. All right, let's go, man. Where my pen at, man? Let's go. No, straight to let's go to the data. Let's go to the data. Yeah, let's go to the data. Let's get them some data. All right, so assets on sale. Watch this, y'all. The first half of August is historically a weak period. All right, so the first half of August is historically a weak period. Let me rephrase that. What if I told you one of the weakest periods in the market is the first half of August? And if you learned how to navigate the first half of August, there's a lot of money to be made. Here's why I say that to you. If we look at the chart, remember the market is always going to go through cycles. The market goes through, and every month has a blueprint. Every month has a DNA, which is why we always show you this month we're here. This month we're here. We already know what these months is. What did we say? We said July is typically a really great month. It's actually the first best month of the year when it comes to return. What did we have this month in July? A phenomenal July. Right? And so August is typically what I'm telling y'all, the first 2 weeks of August is typically one of the weakest parts of the month. So when it comes to me, this one of the things I did today, I told Trappin, I said, hey, I'm up this much. I know August and September is weak. I realized how much money we had in plays with the plays that I kicked out. When we cashed out, I think I cashed out probably about 600,000, I'm lying, probably about $450,000 from the plays that I cashed out on today. Why did I do that? I said, well, if the first half of August is typically a weak month, I don't want to give that back to them. Just from a statistical, and it's not that I want y'all to get out the plays. I just said, hey, I'm trying to knock down a $1.5 million deficit. Let me take this 400 grand in cash and knock this deficit down. I kept the NVIDIA plan. So I'm cool with keeping the losers because I believe in them. Right? I'm looking at the charts. I see a couple stash spots. Now I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to watch Eli Lilly and CrowdStrike because they both up in September. Right? But I'm also telling myself, hey, because of this weakness, I may be able to get in some shorter term plays that I can take full advantage of. And so one of the things we got to pay attention to is understanding what months do what. Remember, I said something to you. I said, hey, listen, September is typically a weak month. It's the weakest month. So that means there's going to be opportunities that present themselves with us between August and September. Now, here's what we also need to know. Because we now understand how trends work, we got to watch out and make sure we're not trying to make a play while the market is in a consolidation phase. We got to make sure if you're going to play your put, you're going to play your put because the market has now told us we are in a downtrend. We've seen consecutive lower highs happen, consecutive lower lows happen. So what can we expect? Well, this is the what? August the 5th, which means this is probably the second trading day in August or the third trading day in August. And so far, August has been a weak month. Friday was weak, Monday was powerful, Tuesday is weak. August is living up to expectations. So far. Okay, now let me show you how the news also coincides with the market. Well, because August is typically a weak month, what did we see start happening in the first half of August? What did we see start happening in the news? Donald Trump started talking a little bit more. He started talking about the Fed. He started talking about replacing. He started talking about more tariffs on these people. Jobs numbers came out a little. So you can start seeing how the market runs in a circle and you start seeing certain events start to happen based on, you're like, oh, this makes sense. This makes sense. So once we start understanding, oh, this is what's happening in the market, we start now saying, oh, this is how I can position myself. I don't need to go long on this play right now if the market is in a certified downtrend. I don't need to be trying to look for longs. I understand we buying a dip, but let's buy the dip when the market gave us confirmation that it's about to turn around. We don't got to be the first one in the play. We just got to be in the play. The worst thing we can do as investors and traders is try to get in the play at its lowest point. Why? Because we cannot predict its lowest point. But what we can do is we get on a chart and we start understanding, hey, this is a supply zone, this is a demand zone, this is what market structure looks like. Hey, this is an area I need to be watching. Why? Because this is a low that the market could be going to. If it hits a low, what is the scenario? Now you start doing what's called pathway trading. And what that means is you're starting to paint a path on where you think the market can go based on the probabilities of the numbers of the key levels that you've written out on your chart. So for me, you're not going to see me using a lot of indicators on my charts. I'll use the 20-day SMA. Why? Because if I know if whatever I'm watching stays above the 20-day, it's telling me that this is still in a bullish trend. So long as it's above the 20-day, I know it's still bullish. And then if it falls below the 20-day, I know it needs to recapture this for it to get back in the bullish thing. But if it goes underneath that 20-day, okay, now do I have my 50-day in place? Where is it at for the 50-day? Okay, now if it falls past the 50-day and now I see consecutive lower lows, I know one thing. Lower highs, I know one thing. We've now entered a change of trend. And if we can start just identifying things like that, it ain't about me being better than you. It ain't about you being better than me. It's about me understanding how to navigate the market with my financial arc that I'm building. And that's what you're doing in the market. You're building out a financial arc that can help you stay afloat when the market puts you in an ocean. So when that storm comes, you like, whoa, okay, here's my key levels. Here's what I'm looking for. If it breaks this key level, I don't have to put my bias on the market. I don't got to put my philosophy on the market because the market does not care what my bias is. The market does not care what my philosophy is. Did the market break this key level that I have marked up? Yes, it did. It's time for me to go from bullish to bearish. It's simple. Now, when you go bearish, it doesn't mean that you have to play push. You can just say, hey, I'm going to sit on the side. One of the things I see people do all the time is when the market sees it shows them a big red candle, they try to go sell puts. And a lot of times, people getting ate alive. So what I want us to do is start paying attention to simple things. We as retail investors, even though we don't play by their rules, we still playing in their pool. We don't got to play by their rules because we don't have no expectations to meet but our own, but we still playing in their pool. And here's the thing, they can swallow us whole. They swallow us whole. So when people ask me, Trap, you on to this IPO? I'll be like, hell no. I'm straight on that IPO. And it ain't that I don't see what's going on in the chart. It's because I understand how unpredictable IPOs are and how the sharks be waiting on us for them IPOs. We can make a lot of money in this game, but we gotta pay attention to the rules of engagement. We can't freestyle this game. Man, Shazam I was just about to say that. I was about to say, if you keep it simple, and he said it, a simple strategy is the best. Now, there's some people, when you get on the computer, bro, they got a whole bunch of indicators and stuff, and that works for them. But for me, I don't want it because I just want to master market structure, supply, demand, support, resistance. I can spot a bull flag. I can spot a bear flag. You understand your trends, that's cool. I understand my reversal candles. Now, all you gotta understand is what are the charts, what are the candles saying to one another? Did this candle overtake this high? That tells you something. Did the sellers not take over? Where are they meeting rejection at? These are the things you start understanding on your chart, like they can help you. Hey, this candle overtook Monday's high. Hey, this inducement happened. Hey, they went filled that gap. Here's support, here's supply. If you can start understanding those things, your chart, I'm gonna say this, the cleaner your chart is, the easier it is for you to execute. The cleaner your chart is, the easier it is for you to flip through time frames. The cleaner your chart is, the easier it is for you to flip through time frames. All right, man, let's get to the next one. All right, man, America is printing money with tariffs, man. Listen, U.S. tariff revenue surged to a record $29.6 billion in July. That follows $26.6 billion in June, $22.2 billion in May, and $8.2 billion in March when new tariffs began. Over the last 3 months, customs and certain excess taxes have reached $78 billion, more than the entire fiscal year of 2024. At this pace, annual tariff revenue could reach $300 billion, a $231 billion increase compared to 2024. From a perspective, corporate income tax collected less fiscal year were $366 billion. My question to you is, we will never hit the end of Donald Trump for this one. I'm bringing in more money than I've ever brought in before. America has never brought in this much money before. Bro, he gonna feed that. He gonna feed that. America has never brought in this much money before. It's because of me that America. It's because of me that America. You know he coming with it, bro. As a matter of fact, let's run that Donald Trump clip.
Wait till you see the boom that this country goes through in 5 or 6 months from now with all of the things that are happening. Car plants are getting ready to start built. Mm-hmm. They're going to be built by record numbers. The AI stuff is crazy, what's going on there. Billions and billions, trillions of dollars is being invested. And it's all going to start very shortly now. It's amazing. We've taken in almost $17 trillion of investments in this country. And when you see what happens, we're going to have a successful country like I think we've never had before.
Hey, bro. We ain't going to never hit the end of this. We ain't gonna never hit it. Bro, I've never seen a president say, look what I've done so much. Look what I've done. I'm the one. I'm the smartest one in the room. Me. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He be throwing the billions and trillions word down a lot. Trillions and trillions of dollars. So, we ain't gonna never hit the end of that, bro. So, now, what I would say is when he says stuff like the U.S. will boom in 5 to 6 months, I'm gonna say this though, from what I've seen, you can't take that shit like. When he said buy stocks that time, bro, me and Sean was like, bro, what the hell just happened? I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never seen a 10% day until that. I've never seen a 10% day. And if I did, I can't recall it like that. The market was up like 13%. I was like, yo, what the hell? Bro said, buy stocks now. I said, wait a minute, bro. So let's go a little further, man. All right, the world is now 324 trillion in debt. The world is drowning in debt, and the numbers just hit a new high. Global debt has reached 324 trillion, the highest ever recorded. That's more than triple the size of the entire world economy, and it's growing fast. If growth slows or borrowing costs spike, this could trigger serious consequences across markets. Now, let me write down something that I saw. That I had saw this earlier, and I think this is really important. I didn't get a chance to send this to the squad, but this was gangster. Where did I see it at? And I just thought this was important for us to have as a squad, as a team. Okay, so watch this. Household debt increased by 1% to $18.4 trillion. U.S. household debt has increased by 1%. It is now, total U.S. household debt is now $18.4 trillion. Delinquencies on auto, credit card debt, and student loan has surged. Take away student loan, those things are actually modest. When you add student loans, it actually surged a bit even more. Next, the percentage of student loan debt, this the one. The percentage of student loan debt that are 30 days delinquent is now up to 13%. Also, 90-day mortgage delinquencies has rose 1.3%. This is the highest level since 2016. Now, here's my thing. With all this money that's being printed in America, how is it helping the people? Now, here's what I will say. It's gonna be hard to cut rates. Remember, there's no Fed meeting in August. They don't meet back to September. I don't know how sure I am that we get a cut in September. Here's the next thing I want you to know. We listening to Trump so much on TV do that, but here's what we not understanding, bro. Jay Powell is actually doing a good job. Because if you lower rates right now, I promise you, the everyday working man is gonna get slaughtered. The wealthy people of America are gonna be able to get these interests and loan this money at these extremely low rates. They're gonna be able to build these businesses. They're gonna be able to do all of that stuff. And the working man is truly gonna get hit hard. Our economy is not strong like that. If anything, we actually need a rate hike so we can get rid of some of this. We actually need a rate hike. Remember, the jobs report didn't come in bad. In order to get a rate cut, you need to see, it's crazy, but you need to see people not working. When you have a strong economy, you can't cut rates like that, y'all. You can't. And so if we have people The rate, so let me say it this way. The rate cut does not benefit the poor, middle, and working class. It only benefits the people in the upper echelon because they get to borrow money at a cheaper price. They get to borrow money, they get to build business, they get to get on Wall Street and get these companies, and now you're starting to see what's called SPAC companies come back alive. What is SPAC companies? It means a company can just write a blank check and they got 18 to 24 months to go buy a business and put the business under the SPAC. And the reason why people will do that because it's really strenuous to go an IPO. So instead of them going IPO, they go SPAC, special acquisition. They go SPAC, they go get under a company that's already a blank check and they get to fall under that and they don't got to do all that work. Those type of things happen when you start cutting rates. They go up even more. So if you somebody in that working, if you ain't worth about $20 million, you should not be saying you want a rate cut. You should not be saying you want a rate cut. Rate cuts are not good in this type of situation, especially if you ain't trying to go buy, if you ain't buying a bunch of assets that can offset what's going on. Rate cuts with all this debt. Now, if we start seeing that the debt that's being paid, if we start seeing that the tariffs that's coming in is paying down the 30-something trillion dollar debt we have, I think we're close to 40 trillion. If it start paying that down, it's a different ball game. But if it's not paying that down and it's just going into other people's pocket, I promise you, y'all. So that's what I want to see. When we say we bringing in that much money, I want to see, hey, why that debt ain't going down. Did you add, if we brung in how much they said, 30-something trillion, 38 billion, or almost 78 billion in debt in revenue, how much of that went to taking that debt down? The 50 billion, 60 billion ago, how much of that went to paying that debt down? Because the reason the tariffs help us is to help us bring the debt down. So that's what I want to see. All right, let's go a little further. I don't want to stay there too long. There go. That's debtclock.org. There we go. If you don't know, if you want to look at the debt clock, go to usdebtclock.org. You'll see we are 37 trillion, 194 billion, 243 million, $19,708 in debt. Right? usdebtclock.org. You can go to that. Check it out. It's a still shot right here, but if you go to it, I want you to know something. Whether you look at 2 o'clock in the morning or whether you look at 10 o'clock at night, it don't stop running. The key things that I want you to look at, if you a taxpayer, it says debt per citizen. So every citizen that got a birth certificate, a social security number, and a job, you are in debt $108,000, $424 and counting. If you are a person that don't have a job, that means you somebody that don't got a job and you not, that means you are about 300. No, I'm other way around. If you somebody that got a job, debt per taxpayer, you somebody that got a job, you are about $323,000 in debt. If you somebody that don't got a job, you about $108,000 in debt. Pick your poison. I'm gonna say it again. If you somebody that don't got a job and you just chilling, you are $108,424 in debt. If you a taxpayer, that means if you work at Burger King, McDonald's, Walmart, Starbucks, the gas station, if you're an entrepreneur, anybody that pays taxes outside of your taxes, you're $323,053 in debt by design. Let's go a little further. All right, Chinese companies now control over 60% of Africa's critical infrastructure projects. China's grip in Africa's infrastructures run deeper than most people realize. As of 2019, Chinese construction firms were responsible for over 60% of all major infrastructure projects across the continent, a massive leap from just 15% in 2004. These projects include critical national assets like ports, highways, railroads, energy plants, and digital surveillance systems. The dominance isn't just about building roads, it's about long-term leverage, strategic access, and economic dependence. While African nations gain much-needed infrastructure, many also take on heavy debt burdens, often tied to clauses that grant operational control to Chinese companies if payment default. Listen to me, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I learned this when I went to China. Hey, I think this started back in 1978. I was reading a book, because once I went over there to China, I was like, say, bruh, this is crazy. I said, this is crazy. Because I realized when I was in China, bro, how many, I told you, I ran across this guy. And he said, my grandfather traded with China. He's from Africa. He said, my grandfather traded with China. My father traded with China. I'm trading with China, and I'm teaching my son to trade in China. They come to China, they get their goods, they come with their suitcases, they fill the suitcases up, and they go back to Africa with it, bro. And I was like, damn, why do they do that? And it's just, I realized something, bro. Not only is it like that in Africa, but Jamaica too. So here's what I will say. While America is doing whatever America is doing, China is putting themselves in a situation where I see it is like they in Africa, they in all these different countries where they go and build the infrastructure. Bro, and if you ever like, if it come down to something, they can be like, hey, shut that down, shut that down, shut that down. Remember, they was buying a lot of land over here too. We stopped them. They was buying, like, if you look up how much land China owns in America, they own a lot of land. We stopped them because they was buying land around critical buildings like Pentagon, and they was buying farms around. They was like, hey, let me get that. Once you realize, hey, let me get that out. Let me get that. Hey, let me get that. Let me get that land out you, bro. There was, hey, eminent domain. Let me get that. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it was in 1978, man. Damn, I gotta remember the guy that did it. I'm gonna come back next week with it. They was buying strategic land around like military bases. They was buying that land. America, hey, what you doing? Hey, let me get that back. Eminent domain. We gotta take that back from you. Yeah. So they playing a different game. They playing a different game over there. All right, let's go a little further, man.
Hey, this is Shay. I don't really have a question, but I just more so needing advice. I'm just starting options as a beginner, very small capital, and just want to know what will be your first steps with starting options.
After the Civil War, many Black families, including
Remix.
What would be your advice? When you do the Civil War. What's good, Queen? What I will say is, Ashan, remind me next. Let me put this on you, Ashan. Next week, at least 2 days next week, we got to record content for the technical analysis part of the options masterclass. We start recording that in pieces while still shooting content. And then once we get
my notes. Yo.
Once I get all the pieces together, I'll drop it in the, you know what I'm saying? My advice would be, one, if you don't have the options masterclass, I would get that. Two, I'm gonna say something that I have been against for a long time, but I'm gonna say it. Learn the anatomy of trading. So what I mean by that is, what is I say that in the options masterclass, but start looking at what are options and understanding the market. But most so, I'm gonna say something I haven't said, and I've been against it forever, but I'm evolving, so I'm gonna say this. Learn how to paper trade. Damn. A shine one. Damn. Learn how to paper trade. And here's what I'm gonna say why. Your capital is important. Nettie, move. Shazam X, move. Learn how to paper trade. Here's why. Bro, look at that comment section, boy. Yeah. I'm evolving.
Luckily, I ain't say it, because I just be like, welcome.
I'm evolving.
I've been here.
Then they say, go ahead on, child. Learn how to paper trade. Here's why. While it won't build the emotional fortitude up for you. Nah, I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't never gonna stop losses. I don't care about them. They gonna kick me out of plays that I don't need to get kicked out of. I said it's a safe space, Trap. I thought I'd never, damn, Shazam, bruh. Learn how to paper trade, Queen. The reason why I'm gonna say learn how to paper trade, I'm saying this because of this. As I look at the stats, and as I see how statistically people are getting in tighter and tighter situations with their money. Come on, Jeremy, bro. Don't do me that, Jeremy. Jeremy, don't do me that. Jeremy, don't trade on me, dog. Learn how to paper trade because I'm looking at the state of the economy. I'm looking at how people are in these perplexed situations. Your capital is your livelihood. And everybody doesn't have to be me. The streets gave me an advantage that I kind of held everybody to that same, I truly feel that emotionally paper trading gonna do you a disservice. But if you learn what you looking at. Now, here's what I will say about paper trade. The people gonna give you an account with about $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in it. If you know damn well you ain't got $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, don't be trying to trade like you got $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Trade with $100. Trade with $1,000. Don't be trading with no $50,000, $60,000, $70, because now you tricking your own self. You know you ain't got $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 right now. Don't act like you got it. Trade with $5,000. Trade with $1,000. Use $1,000. Use $5,000. Don't get in the play for $30,000 because you ain't never been in the play for $30,000. $30,000 paper trade and a $30,000 real trade is two completely different things. They're on two different planets. They're on two different planets. They live completely away from each other. But take it serious for what am I looking at? What is the structure I'm looking at? Oh, here's my stops. Here's my supply demand zones. Here's my support and resistance. If it comes here, I'm gonna take this trade because I learned how to set key levels. I think if you do it like that, it will benefit you. But if you do it from a perspective of doing a paper trade and thinking you're really good, that's gonna fool you. Do the paper trading as though you're looking and learning how to identify pattern recognition, market structure, whatever the thing is that you're looking for, use it for that and see how many times it goes your way, how many times it don't. My thing would be, until you get 5 to 10 paper trades right in a row, you don't trade for real yet. Until you can get 5 to 10 paper trades in a row right, that's when you move to the market. Because at that point, you've identified what you're looking for. You identified your stop, you identified it. Hey, Prophet say, man, they must have cloned Trappin in China. Brother, man, flush him, man. Bro, y'all so hard on me, bro. God damn, bro. Y'all hard on me tonight about the paper trade. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go a little further. I can't hear.
Community, appreciate you, Jose, for taking my question. Tyrell, man, from Alabama. I just wanted to know, man, I know you touched on it a little bit in the option master class, but aside from the delta, what other type of metrics or techniques could we use to determine our buy-in point for in-the-money options contracts? You know what I'm saying? Is it a certain type of thing that I should be looking for, something that in particular that I'm supposed to study? Or is it a certain type of formula that we could use if that's something that you're comfortable sharing on a live? If not, would you be willing to add that to the master class? Yeah, man, got to finish my SS, man, and I don't want to spend my money. I want to spend red money. So, you know, yeah, man, just let us know, man. I appreciate everything you do. Shout out to the whole community, 100.
I appreciate you, family. That's love, that's love, that's love, that's love. That's love, fam. So with your in the money contracts, you know, I really don't do them. The reason why I don't do in the money contracts is because I don't want to pay. I'm not willing to pay that premium for the baked-in asset, if that makes sense. So when you buy an in-the-money contract, it's like, sir, you're buying the option with the strike price already hit. And you just needed to go up little by little. Whereas when you out the money, you need that thing to move. You know what I'm saying? In the money, it's already done hit the strike price and you don't need it really to move that much. I'm not willing to pay that much because them premiums on them in the money contracts be hitting. They be hitting, bro. And so I'd rather buy my safety by stretching the play out, 6 months or whatever like that, rather than that. But I would use the same thing, but with the in the money, you kind of want to increase your delta because now you want it to move up more because you in the money. So whereas with the out the money, we can get away with a 0.5 or 0.3 delta, that's cool. But with the in the money, you kind of want to be 0.6, 0.7 because you want that thing to move because you want it to make up for the premium that you paid to get in there. So that would be the only thing different I would use for in the money. But you buying that safety and they making you pay for it. If worst case scenario, and I mean, it's a cheat code, right? Worst case scenario, you just get an out the money contract, one strike price away from in the money. If you won't do that, you know what I'm saying? This is, if you won't go in the money, you save some money by just picking the first freaking strike price that's outside the money, and you'll get close enough to the strike price as possible, and you buy a little time. That'll probably help you out. You know what I'm saying? But I think you do better not getting in the money, bro. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's go.
Hey Trap, it's Anastasia. On the subject of reclaiming your power, I have a question for you. How do you rebuild your confidence when your job or environment makes you question your worth? And how do you know when it's time to walk away from a paycheck to fully pursue ownership and build something for yourself? I appreciate you answering this question. And also, thanks, Jose, for taking my question.
She always got some good skin, bro.
And the warm hug.
That warm hug, bro. Her skin is so good. I like the hair.
And
come on, queen.
Let me tell you this. She on the title. She in the loop. She said, on the topic of reclaiming your power.
Facts. Facts.
I love it.
Facts.
Good producing.
All right. So this nigga. All right. So when it comes to reclaiming your power, so first let's start with this. I don't think there is a true metric that you can have other than faith that tells you to quit your job. I don't think there is a specific financial metric that will make you feel safe to quit your job other than faith. God will tell you when to move. And the reason why I say that is because I remember telling my cousin, bruh, I'm leaving that plantation. Bro, this is gonna be a game changer. And it wasn't, I had created my first ebook. I had started trading. You know, I was doing some trades. I probably was like 50-50 with my trades. I had done built out my loan, was building out my long-term portfolio, and I was building. And the reason why I say God is because when you program to, and I hate to say it like this, but when you just used to a job, you don't think it is, but that becomes dependable money. It's a safety net that you have without knowing it's a safety net. It's like the difference between somebody walking on a tightrope that know they got a safety net under them and somebody walking on a tightrope that don't have no safety net under them. There's a different level of confidence that comes when you know the safety net under you. You take a little trip, you do this, you be like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get this check coming in. But when you don't know when that check coming in, you start moving a little bit different. So I said that to say this. I quit my job. I went to work one day and the people said, cut your beard. I said, man, I ain't cutting my beard, man. Y'all tripping. They said, well, if you don't cut your beard, you're gonna be suspended. So I said, well, if I get suspended and I come back with my beard, what happens next? I already took the repercussions. Do you suspend me again? He was like, yeah. I said, well, let's not even go through that. Go ahead on and lay me off. I didn't go to work planning that. But there was a situation I was in, and I will say this. Had I stayed on a job a day longer, I wouldn't be who I am right now. The day that I quit was the day that was written for me to quit. God just put me in a situation. So I don't think you can say, well, I got 6 months saved and 1 year saved. Man, that can be wiped out in 2, depending on what happened in the world. Because what happened if you quit your job and then you had a pandemic happen? You quit your job, the pandemic happened, so the stuff you was going to do for your business, now you can't do because we stuck inside for a year. Now you ain't got nothing. So for me, depending on what your religious beliefs is, you pray, you lock in, you strategize on the thing that you want to do before you quit your job, you should already be doing it. I had already started building my community. I had already dropped a couple ebooks, and I had the ebook, and I'm going to tell you something. You don't got to have it perfect. I had 3 ebooks I was selling with a PayPal link. I didn't have a website. I didn't have nothing. I've been telling people DM me for a year since I started this thing in 2018. I would say DM me the word ebook, and you would email me. I would send you the PayPal link to buy the ebook. The next thing I was doing one-on-one phone calls for 1 hour for $197. I was doing remember that, cuz? I was doing anywhere between 8 to 10 of them a day. My head was hurting. If you know me, I talk my ass off about stocks, so that 1 hour call was turning into an hour and 45 minutes. I'm talking about calls running into calls. I'm late for one call, doing another call. I'm over-delivering every call. So the call supposed to be 1 hour, it's 2 hours. I done did 10 of them. I'm on the phone for 10 hours. My head's spinning. I'm selling ebooks. I'm doing the content. So you should be already doing the thing that you want to do. You should already be doing it. You should already be in motion. What you should not be doing is saying, I'm going to quit the job and I'm going to figure it out when I quit. You should say, hey, I'm already doing the thing like a hustle on a part-time. I'm already doing it halfway. I'm going to quit the job because I'm going to just go all in on it. That's one thing. The second part of the question was, how do you reclaim your worth? That's what it was, Jose? Let's run it again. I think it was, how do you reclaim your worth when the environment tells you different?
Hey, Trap, it's Anastasia. On the subject of reclaiming your power, I have a question for you. How do you rebuild your confidence when your job or environment makes you question your worth? And how do you know when it's time to walk away from a paycheck to fully pursue ownership and build something for yourself? I appreciate you answering this question. And also, thanks, Jose, for taking my question.
Thank you. So you reclaim your worth by first appraising yourself. Your job and your environment don't tell you, watch this, they don't tell you your true value, they tell you what your value to them is. Your job and your environment doesn't tell you your true value. They only tell you what your value to them is. So what you gotta ask yourself is, what is my value and worth to me? Not the environment, not the job. What is that to me? And the way you do that, and I'm gonna just be real, is you go to the word and God tells you what you worth. He tells you your value. And you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. And then what happens is you build your confidence by doing and only doing things that make you happy. Associating with people that only tell you how valuable you are. One of the things that I pride myself on doing, I don't talk to people who don't appreciate my presence. I don't communicate with people who don't value things that I have to say. Now, there's a difference. I didn't say people that agree with what I have to say. I say people that value what I have to say. That's two different things. I don't need Jose to agree with what I'm saying. I just need him to value my opinion in the conversation that we gonna have. If I feel like he's not valuing the conversation that we're going to have, he can no longer be a person who I communicate with because I value that. And so I try to give that exchange. You know why that helps? Because it helps you say that I can have a valuable exchange with somebody and they appreciate the things I say. When I'm listening to my girl, I make sure I slow down and listen to what she's saying because I never want her to think that her words aren't valuable to me. So I gotta listen to her and I gotta slow down before I respond. Sometimes I gotta say, babe, say it to me again. Not because I understood it, because I wanna make sure I heard it the way she said it. So I only listen to people, I only have people around me that value me, value my perspective, not agree with, value. Next, I do things. See, here's what we gotta understand too about value, worth. Before you start doing things hard, do things that you know help you build confidence in yourself. Okay, I go to the gym because the gym gives me confidence in me. I read books because I like to read books. So when I read a book, I try to apply that information because it helps me feel valuable. I like to play the market and execute. It's not about winning. It's not about losing. It's about me executing because I like to do that because that's why I find value in me at. Do things that help you identify value in yourself. If you're doing something that doesn't help you become better, you're not doing something that helps you add value to you. You're doing something that is not in your wheelhouse. When we do things that's not in our wheelhouse, when we're trying to find value in ourselves, those things work against us. Those things work against us. And so once you find that value and once you start understanding who you are as a person walking this earth, it's easy for you now to push your limits. So why did I buy this building? Well, I wanted to build out a media company. Most importantly, I got tired of paying somebody else rent. And I say, bro, I'm trying to build something that's a $100 million business. This has been my vision. Do I know how to do I know how to buy a commercial real estate building? Hell no. I just bought a home that I'm struggling with. I got to put my bills on auto pay and I still can't get that. I'm mad right now. Every time you do something in the house, you got to do something else in it. I bought a house, a farm, and a building in a 2-year time span and had to remodel all of them. But watch this. I had the confidence that I can do it. So when you have the confidence you can do something, you don't get the confidence overnight. Guess where my confidence comes from? My confidence comes from consistently being able to meet adversity and overcome. My confidence comes from continuously challenging myself. My confidence comes from praying to God and God saying weapons will form, but none of them will prosper. My confidence comes from you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You got to truly believe them type of things. For I have plans for you to prosper. Jeremiah 29:11. You got to start reading stuff that helps you build your confidence. This is why you read certain books. This is why you read the Bible. This is why you read the Quran. This is why you read self-help books. They're designed. This is why I listen to people like Minister Farrakhan, T.D. Jakes. I listen to people like that. Why? I listen to Miles Monroe. I listen to Jim Rohn. I listen to Tony Robbins. You know why? Because these things help me see myself in a different light. They build what's called personal development. I get to keep developing myself. Spiritual development. I get to spiritually keep developing myself. You should never stop those things. And I know this may sound like I'm going on a tangent, but I'm not. In order to keep building yourself up, you got to keep laying bricks down. So when you do that, the confidence comes from consistently proving yourself right. It's not that you don't make the mistakes. It's not that you don't take the wrong turn. The consistent proof that you are capable of doing a thing. You have the authority to achieve a thing, and you can command yourself to keep moving forward. This is why it makes some traders better than other traders. I'm going to get into this right quick. Ashan is a really good trader. You know why he ain't great yet? He just don't got the confidence. That's his only issue. Of course, we all gonna keep learning, Charles. We gonna keep getting better. I can sit here and talk to Sean about trading all day, every day. But when I tell him, hey, go put 200,000 out, he gonna look at me like I'm crazy. What? Oh, man. I'm put 10,000, Trap. He's not a good trader. The only thing, and I tell him this all the time, the only thing that's keeping you from being great, bro, is your confidence. And of course, we all gonna keep learning, so the ability to keep learning is not a thing. His ability to consistently execute on the trades that he see consistently is what stops him. I was down 1.5 million, I didn't budge. My first response was, well, I got to get that back. And I've taken losses along the way, but it has not deterred me from getting back there. I'm down 260. I was down 1.5. I'm in a great space right now. My confidence told me I can get it back before I even made the first trade to start getting it back. So Queen, I know I said a lot. That's how you get it back. I appreciate you so much, Queen. And your skin, your hair, your tone, your energy is so beautiful. Let's go, man.
What's up, Trap? Happy Tuesday, everybody. What's up, Jose? Thank you for taking my question. My question today is, so I'm in the Patreon and I was trying to figure out, like, what's the route when you trying to learn? Because I want to dig a little bit deeper. So do I go Trappers Anonymous? Do I do, like, the options masterclass? Like, which way do I go, Trap? Because I'm fresh in this and I'm really trying to learn. Any help or guidance that you can give would be greatly appreciated. Till next time, y'all. Happy trapping.
Man, I rock with her.
Mm-hmm. Warm hugs coming all around.
Hey, she's so chill. Mm-hmm. Hey, Trap. Hey, she's so chill. I like her. All right, Queen. So, here's what I would say. You in the Patreon. So, Ashan, don't we have like a beginner's like options video on YouTube?
We got the free options training link, which is like the beginner's drink. I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Put it in the chat.
You know, I be putting it in there all day, but it's just...
So we got a free options training link. It's just about the intro. What are calls, what are puts, what are some candles. Put that in there. If you new, that's what it is. Take that. Now, what I will say is, Trappers Anonymous helps you learn the fundamentals. The first thing I would do is take this free thing we about to put out there tonight. I'm also about to start doing more stuff on Trappin' Tuesdays. We're putting like technical stuff out. I think we have some dope whiteboard. And here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the free stuff before you get to pay for it. Right? That's how much I value you. I want to give you the free stuff before I get you to pay for it. Man, it don't cost nothing, man. It's free, man. So take the free training and then go look on my YouTube. We got some charting videos where I'm explaining stuff. We got some more stuff. And then take the options course. Now, Trappers Anonymous is not going to help you with the options part, but I think everyone should learn fundamental investing before they get into the options market. But of course, we be rushing. So I would say go to Trappers Anonymous, but take the free stuff first. And then from there, I would say take the options masterclass. You in the Patreon, you in the top tier. So we do a lot of stuff. I think, They be having like little chart meetups inside the Patreon. And as long as they don't be selling nothing, I'm all right. I trust them. You know, they don't be selling nothing. So they have some little free stuff that's inside the Patreon that they be doing. So that's cool. But then you take the options masterclass and just give yourself time and you'll get there. You'll get there. Okay, you'll get there. That's what I say. Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. So I think this was a good night, man. I think we had a great call tonight. I think we got enough time to do 1-800 to do the. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Nope. No. Nope. All right. So, yep. Get the $27 for sure. So, I think we had a great night tonight, y'all. Again, man. I will say this, man. Shout out to everybody that come through. Shout out to everybody that rocking. And I just want to say this to all my people in the Patreon and all my people, Trappers Anonymous, all of my people that rock out. Man, thank y'all for just, when people would send me the videos and the replays, I really be seeing y'all in the chat going hard. Like, man, Trap, y'all tripping, Trap don't rock like that, ... So I just want to tell y'all I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all for just understanding that I rock with integrity, that y'all rock with integrity. I never take it lightly that y'all choose to rock with me. Because without y'all, man, ain't no me. Without you all, there's no Trappin' Tuesday. Without you all, there's no reason for me to even purchase this Freedom Center. So for that, man, I truly want to thank y'all, and I'm going to be real with y'all. Part of wanting to be a great leader to you all, it's why I keep evolving as a man. It's why I keep evolving as a leader. It's why I keep evolving. It's why I'm in my words so much. It's why I pray so much. It's why I fast. It's why I do so many things, because I just want to be better at y'all. You know, y'all allow me to just be authentic. You know, I show my wins. I show my losses. I don't run away from it. You know what I'm saying? Even when the people in the Patreon be tripping sometimes. But that's part of the game, and I know how the emotional part of this game go. And so for that, man, I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much, man, for just believing in me and rocking out with us. I want y'all to do me one favor. Let's help. I want to start pushing the audio version of what we do, because Jose don't like the fact that we not in the top 150. He don't like the fact that we in the not top. He be like, bro, we in 200, bro. What we put out too much game. And I be like, bro, I don't really even care about that, bro. He like, man, I do. So I would appreciate it if, you know, y'all went to Spotify or Apple and started just downloading, putting it on automatic. I'm gonna do a better job at just posting it more, maybe sending out some newsletters for it more, letting y'all know we putting it out. So I'd appreciate if y'all helped us, you know, start building our audio out. Because I literally take it for granted. I ain't gonna lie. Because I like the videos, but Jose does a lot of work for chopping those audios up. He does a lot of work at putting maybe 4 of them out every freaking week. So it's Trappin' Tuesday on Spotify. It's Trappin' Tuesday on podcast. I don't know what the iPhones call it. It's Trappin' Tuesday on Google Play. It's Trappin' Tuesday on all networks. Somebody said, let's do it for Twinkle Toes. I like that. So, with that being said, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We got the merch that's 50% off. Jose gonna drop that. Come join the Patreon. Come join Trappers Anonymous, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all next week, same time, same place, same Trappin' Tuesdays. Salute, y'all.
Woo!